Hello darlings, this is Jutta here, and today I would like to talk a bit about energy healing. How does it work and what is it? Okay, to start us off with, first of all, now everything you see around you and everything you don't see but that is there anyway is made up out of energy. And these are tangible things like the sofa, for example, or my body, or the pillow here. These things vibrate at a relatively slow rate. So if you have something vibrating at a slow rate, it is denser and it is more visible. The faster something vibrates, the less tangible it becomes. Then we have things like radio waves or the internet or the satellite connections. These are frequencies that we normally cannot see with our physical eyes. And energy healing is also using frequencies that most people cannot see. A lot of people can perceive them, and when you get a healing or when you have gotten a healing before, now you probably know that you can feel exactly where the energy is going and what is actually happening, despite you not being able to see it with your eyes. And the reason for this is that our physical senses are made for this 3D reality. Then they're made to help us function in this reality, and they're not necessarily meant for us to look beyond this reality, otherwise we might get very confused. At least it was that way up to now, but now we are all collectively speeding up. The earth is getting warmer, our frequencies collectively is getting higher, so we are vibrating faster and we get closer to our spirit form again. And with that, a lot of the things that were thought of as miraculous or magical or not true, all of a sudden are back in the kind of common knowledge. Things like energy healing, things like levitating, things like connecting with aliens. All these type of stuff that can be labeled spiritual woo-woo by some people, and others can experience it as a normal day-to-day occurrence. It really depends on which frequency you are vibrating at. Okay, so if you now look at your energy body, what we all do is that we develop blockages in our energy body. Now you have your energy body, you have the energy flowing through you, you have energy exchange that's happening through the chakras between your energy field and everything that is surrounding you. And the more open your energy channels are, the more energy can flow and the better you feel. Emotionally, physically, intellectually, the better you are able to fully express who it is that you are. But the moment you start having blockages sitting in your system, these blockages are just denser energy. Because the energy is denser, everything that flows past it gets slowed down too. It's a bit like when you have a hose pipe and you have constrictions sitting inside the hose pipe. If you have a lot of those constrictions, the water can't flow through freely anymore, it's going to start trickling out at the other end. And this is what happens with your energy system too. If you have a lot of blockages, the energy can't run through freely and you will feel that. You might feel drained, you might feel exhausted, you might feel very afraid of your life. So this is all symptoms and signs that you have energetic blockages sitting in your body. And these blockages, first of all, we develop in childhood. If you are in a situation and you do not know how to handle that situation, then you're going to suppress it. But it still sits in your body as an energetic blockage. And every time something similar happens, it adds onto this blockage. And then you end up with these little energy bombs sitting in your body. And this is when somebody makes some comment, and for you that whole thing explodes, because we call that pushing your buttons. You kind of go up into the air, because it's not just that comment, it's that whole history that you've experienced that sits in that blockage, that blows up. And we also develop blockages later in life, and we develop a blockage every single time we attach to something, because energy is meant to flow. And when you attach to something, then you're holding on to it. That can be a person, it can be a way of thinking. It can be who you think you are. It can be a belief. It can be anything. It can be seemingly positive and seemingly negative. It doesn't matter. The moment you hang on to it, you slow the energy down, and it starts to form a blockage. And what happens in energy healing is that you're going to lie down. First we're going to talk. Now we're going to look at why you are here, what I'm going to explain to you, how the chakras work, how the energy healing works, what I'm going to do. And then you will lie down and I'm going to connect to your field. And before I do that, I'm going to go into a meditative state. So I, as Jutta, am not really present in the healing. I'm stepping aside and I'm becoming a channel. And I connect to spirit or to God or to source energy or to however you want to call that, and I bring through what needs to come through for you to feel better. And because I also raise my frequency when I go into that meditative state, there are a couple of techniques I use to do this. One is from the Kundalini Yoga, it's a specific breathing techniques, and some other things I'm doing. And when I then connect with your field adapts to that higher vibration. And when you have blockages sitting in your system, because they are so dense and they are slow moving, if there's an influx of energy, they're going to start to kind of shake. And if something is ready, it's going to rattle loose and it's going to come up. And if it comes up, you will feel that in some way. That can either happen in the healing session or it can happen after the healing session, because the energy keeps working with you. And depending on where in your system the blockage sits, it can be a physical reaction, it can be a bit of a detox, a bit of a sore throat, a bit of a diarrhea or a headache or some other pains in your body. It can be an emotional reaction, that you either get very kind of changeable emotionally for a while, or that you get very happy. It can also be that you either have a lot of energy or that you just want to sleep all day long. And all of these reactions are fine. Now, that's just your personal way of releasing and of your system adjusting to the new way it's flowing now. The reason why we often get tired after this is because for your energy body to change, now it's just like this, it's instantaneously. But your physical body, again, because it's denser, it's slower moving, for your physical body it takes longer. So it can feel exhausting for your physical body. So please just give it the rest it requires. Also, when you feel something coming up, it is very important, first of all, that you keep on breathing. Because often our first reaction is to stop breathing, and with that we suppress again. So keep on breathing, let it come, let it go. Now it's like a wave. It comes, it peaks, and it leaves. And also don't get too intellectually attached. Now don't get too curious about what is that now, what's coming up, what is that. Because with that you again hanging on to it and you keeping it there. Just breathe through it, let it come, let it go. The other thing I'm doing in the healing is that each of us, we all have our unique frequency. Now the frequency at which we vibrate in a healthy state. And because throughout our lives we put on so many masks, we put on so many layers, we do so many things to please other people, to be loved, to be liked, that are not of our core frequency. And all these layers of stuff disturb your core frequency until you can't really hear it anymore, you can't feel it anymore, you don't express it. And with not expressing it, the things that come back to you are not of your frequency either. So they don't necessarily fit perfectly into your life. So what I'm doing, I am channeling or bringing through that core frequency of you. And when your cells feel that again, they get reminded. And everything that's not of that frequency becomes very, very obvious to you. So energy healing makes it a lot simpler for you to release things that do not belong to you. While I do the healing, I also get a lot of information. This can be anything. It can be from childhood stuff that comes up, to ways you're thinking, to how your energy system, what it looks like, to nutritional advice. It's different for everybody. Whatever comes up for me, I'm going to tell you about afterwards, and I'm not going to censor it. So it's up to you to see if it resonates or not. No, so don't take it on just because I say it. Really become very clear, is that mine or not? And so once the healing is done, we're going to talk again. You're going to tell me what happened for you, and I'm going to tell you what came up, and then we take it from there. The healing works in person, and it also works very well over Skype. And over Skype, we're going to talk. No? So we Skype with each other, we discuss why you're here, what the issues are, I explain what I'm going to do. Then we switch the Skype off, you lie down, I connect, and I by now have your vibration very present. No? And for that to work, we don't have to be in the same room. The energy isn't governed by the same laws that our physical day-to-day reality is governed. Now, if I think of you, I'm instantaneously connected with you. So I do the healing, and then we Skype again, and again we exchange what happened. Alright, I hope that made it a bit clearer about what's happening in an energy healing. If you're interested, if you're curious, you can send me an email or send me a request in the contact form, and we're gonna try that out and get in touch. Okay, this is it for now, and hope to see you soon. Bye.